Well, after a bit of a whirlwind of a first episode in the season playing games, we're back again today for more, as we have deadline day, which of course can still make signings up until then. We've got 3 games before that as well, including the Carabao Cup and the league. That's a spoiler, we did win the first round. And then we have games afterwards if we get onto them. So buckle up, strap in and ready for episode number 3 of Hartlepool's big championship push. As yes guys, welcome back to episode number 3 of season number 4 of the Hartlepool United career mode save here on FIFA 22, and there was going to be spoilers on screen right there. I flicked off them in a moment's notice, as because before I show you them, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe with a notification bell on as well, so you didn't miss the episode before, which you should have watched going into this one. As looking at it right now, you should have watched the last episode. I gave you a little transition break right there, as it is second place for us at the start of the season. The only team to beat us and be above us is Burnley, of course. If you saw that, that was horrific. Last minute as well, which really gutted us, as we're above teams like Crystal Palace, Brentford, Preston, Cardiff. We're actually having a good season this time out, and it's gonna be a bit of a long ride. So today's fixtures, very tired team going into them, and there's the results from the first episode. Doesn't show you the cup, but we did win on penalties against Derby, as it's Blackpool up first, the Seasiders, which will be simulated. Then we're actually going to play Port Vale, try a little bit of a different lineup, maybe get a player in before then, the player I'm thinking about, because then he could play in the cup as his first game to build fitness. Then we have Huddersfield on deadline day away at the Hercules Stadium I've been to. Wouldn't mind playing that one. And then if we get on to Middlesbrough after deadline day, of course, we will be playing that one. So we're going to simulate up to Blackpool, not sign anyone before this game. And we haven't had many offers in for players, but I have put a couple on the loan list, including Finley Andrew. As this is a loan offer in for Aidan Smith, I do accept every single one for him. So VNCS, I think that's how you say it, I don't know, is coming in for him, and I have accepted that one. Do want to give him some chance to get some regular football as the team for the next game. I've had to rotate it a little bit because it is slightly tired, and it has weakened the squad for the Blackpool game. So Marinovic is still in goal. Bolton comes in for George Baldock, who we've always got to watch the fitness on. Akin for Mayo, Knight and Staunton, who's going to go central. Knight at the left, with Clark a left wing back. I want the game to automatically sub him for Johansson at some point though, with Valakari, Evans and McAtee in the midfield. Evans just trusted, with Butterworth and John still, of course, staying as the strikers, as I am going to take Baker off the bench and I'm going to put Adams in. There we go, because Baker does look tired himself. His stamina isn't the best. As we are at home, it should be a win, although their team isn't tired at all. Please, game, don't mess this up. After a loss, we do get back with a win. So Butterworth and James McAtee with Ryan Yates. I don't think it is Ryan Yates, it's Jerry Yates scoring for the Seasiders. Bit of a coastal derby, which we do get the better of them in, as now Chelsea signing Harry Maguire. I mean, it's not Maguire Drew, who plays for Grimsby, who is the best one, as Josh Harrop's gone up a rating right there. And we have the next round of the Carabao Cup up next, Port Vale, but I'm going to look to players. As here's the 2 players I've got on my list. We've got the first one, a striker, Keenan Davis. Now we do have Abdullahi, but we have Omar Bogle on the bench as well, who's doing well, to be fair to him. So I am going to keep him there for a little bit longer. And then Ben Gibson, a 31-year-old centre-back, that can come in and be the experienced head. He's got Premier League experience coming out of his ears, because of course he's been at Burnley, who are in our division now, and released from Norwich City. Do we go straight in for him now? 73 rated, but we are playing youth at the moment as well, so I'm going to leave it just going up till deadline day, and I'm going to stick with the team we've got now going into Port Vale, as this is the team we're going to go with. You can see it is slightly weaker than the last team as well, but I feel like after Derby we can go with a bit of a weaker team. Port Vale getting through, but still, they are a League 2 team, where we started, and this team is strong enough with Ingram in goal, the penalty hero last time out. Angus at right wing back with Rogers, Raggett, Maglior and Johansson, so the 2 youth wing backs and youth centre back in the team. Going through with the academy reports as Valakari, Baker and Kamara back in the centre of the park with Abdullahi and Omar Bogle as my 2 strikers. We've got John on the bench if we need him, Smith and Andrew as 2 other youth players, Adams, Baldock and Staunton as defensive stalwarts, if of course they're called upon, as we are away at Vale Park. But I'm confident for this one, even with the team we're putting out. Let's beat Port Vale. As let's have a look at Port Vale's team. Decent stadium in game as Kovalan is in goal, James Gibbons, Ryan Johnson, Malvid Benning and Yannick Ossier, with Nathan Smith in the centre of the park. No, he's not. He's at left wing back with Garrity, Colon and Taylor. Wilson and Proctor. These have gone for 5 at the back to try and keep us out. Matching formation up to formation. So let's give it a good go. Port Vale should be a win in our books and take us through to the the third round. Getting ahead of myself of the Carabao Cup, of course, which we've always had a good run in. So let's not stop here. Let's make it our competition if we can, as Valakari. He's going to come forward with the ball here. The Finnish playmaker as Baker puts it through to Abdullahi. Puts it out wide, just behind the defender who can't get back. That's a decent whipped-in ball. Abdullahi just far away from it, but Johansson drips it back in as well, but just drips it to the front post, not too far, as it's now Kamara on it in the middle of the park, or Kamara, as the commentator called him. I mean, maybe he's just got it wrong, Derek Ray. Hopefully he has, because I've been calling my youth the wrong name all the time. It's made a good run here. Bogle gets it. Advantage given, although won't get back and take it as Port Vale under the cosh a little bit. Smith falling over backwards to try and get that ball away from his own penalty area. The Tyler Maglior with a throw in into Maximilian Johansson right here, who's going to switch the ball across the field straight into Dior Angus's feet as he gives it on to Lewis Baker. Baker through the middle to Abdullahi again, and he's going to slowly move forward. Ball out wide. Is he going to reach this? He is. As now, what can we do with this ball right here? Johansson back in the middle. Abdullahi on a smart turn. Goes for the shot and hits the post. That should have broke the deadlock. Very unlucky from the striker. I'm fastly growing to love, you know. He does get himself into some very smart positions as Baker lifting the ball straight over to Dior Angus here, and oh, I almost walked straight back into the defender. Got the best number at the club as well on his shirt, number 27, as Kamara round Abdullahi into Valakari now, and Kamara, that's to Abdullahi at the edge of the box again. Let's fly. Kovalan with a good save this time out, as we're going to get a corner ball to whip in though. Valakari going into the centre. Ball bouncing about and away. Taking our turns to miss as Proctor. Was he onside? I mean, he must have been if he's going to get a corner from it. Good chance for Port Vale there on the counter-attack, and still the chance might be on as why is Johansson at the front post. Doesn't matter anyway, goes to the back. Raggett with a header away. Johnson with a shot, as that's their best little flurry, but we should get this away. Kamara. Oh, he's done well to get past his man right there, and we've got the striker through. That's a bit of a poor ball, though. However, Bogle's got it off the defender. Very poor mistake. Omar Bogle makes it 1. It's very, very costly from the centre-back there who let go of the ball. And Omar Bogle ain't wasting a chance like that one. It's good pressure, and their defence will be very upset with that. He's let his team down. I don't know who it is. And then the shot wasn't the best as well, but it did beat Kovalan. I'm very impressed with that. I think it might have been Benning at the back who did it. The captain, yeah, Benning was the captain. Bad mistake. 1-0 us. Great way to take our chance, though, as Conlon with a free kick straight away just before half-time, as the whistle does blow, as Oni was running away, and 1-0 in the cup. You love to see it. No changes still yet, though. I've got to think about Baker and probably Raggett and Abdullahi, who were first teamers, and Valakari, of course. Can't forget about him. But for the time being, can stick with the same team. As Maglior starting off with it here. We haven't seen much from him, but of course haven't seen much from many of the defenders apart from the wing-backs who have been upfield. As Baker puts one through to Abdullahi. Domination should continue in this second half, but that's a great tackle from them. Straight on to Wilson as Proctor to the side of him. Conlon, they've got a run through the middle. It's Proctor now on it. Goes backwards still, and now it's spread it out wide as it's telling us about Carlos Soler not remotely interested at this moment in time as Bogle's pressure relentless. Baker now on the ball, turns in the middle of the park, onto Bogle. Abdullahi has got the run of Oni Valakari at the side of him, goes to Oni, good pass here, Kamara in the centre. That would have been a good move, still on, owes to Omar, Bogle on the edge of the box. And Kovalan with a save. Very good play from us right there as Rogers tackles his man as well. Baker now through the centre. An hour gone and I am cooking up 2 subs. Smith might get some game time in the first team before he goes out on loan to VAFC. And Mo Adams for Baker as Dior Angus into Valakari now. I would like one before them changes commence as now Kamara playing a 1-2 right there. That's a great ball around the corner. Bogle, can he get it to Valakari? He can. Oni Valakari. Poor shot. And Vale on a little flurry forward here. There Smith, of course, our Aiden Smith coming on now as Wilson gets it on the edge. I think that's Scott Wilson who should have actually broke the deadlock with that shot. Very, very poor in the end. And we live another day with this very youthful squad we've got on right now. Took all our first teamers off really, apart from Valakari, as that's through the middle. Adams now onto Omar Bogle, still looking for another one. Bogle has the overlap from Oni. Can he do better this time? He can! Game over! It's a goal from our finisher, who's finish, and it's a great finish. That's probably his mark to come off the field as we've got the win in the Carabao Cup, I'd say. Signed, sealed, delivered. Been a breath of fresh air playing with these youth players in the squad. They've done themselves proud. As yet another one makes his way onto the field as Smith running forward. It's a good ball out wide here into Angus as he's going to try and put one back in the centre. Unfortunate this time. It does keep the ball. Good performance from him as he got clipped right there. Smith into Andrew who's come off the bench. Another youth player getting an appearance through that gap into Bogle. Smith, can he get it round to Kamari? Scored in this competition before and should have done again. And Adams here with the ball as Adams gives it into Andrew here. Round the corner into Bogle. Now Kamara. Bogle again. Trying to just slowly build the ball forward here. Adams, Andrew, and that's the final whistle. I didn't even see the clock, wasn't paying attention, as it's a very comfortable 2-0 win. A mistake from their defender, then a good goal from Oni Valakari sees us through with a very youthful team into the third round of the Carabao. Very enjoyable game that one, as now we sit second in the league. Brentford still level on points with us, and Burnley the only team above us, as Huddersfield should I say. Don't know where we are in the league, as Adams, I was secretly training him as a centre-back, and he's actually gone up a rating there. He could maybe have a future as a centre-back, because I've never really truly rated him in, of course, the position in the centre of the field, as we now, of course, have Baker as well, and maybe another addition in the midfield is what we need. He's gone up a rating as well, Baker going to a centre mid. Love that. Rogers also another one who's gone centre-back, and pfft, that has shot his rating up. Absolutely love that. This guy's near the first team already, I'd say, Ollie Rogers. As I don't know what it is with me this season, but I have really, really lent towards the youth, and it's working out for me. Another position change in Bolton going to right wing back. Have we got any more? We do. Max Clark, just keep clicking on the button and off as I've trained everyone, and they should all be ready for their positions. However, saying that, now I'm looking at the centre-backs. Look at the list we have at this club. That is ridiculous. We have 8. So, you might see right there, we've got Ezra Bateman who is out on loan, probably has to go out on loan again because of the sheer amount of players. Tyler Maglior, I have loan listed. He's got an important role at the club, which I don't think I can just justify. So we'll try and get him a year out and see how it goes. Probably won't mind that being a loan to buy as well, as we are going to transfer list Louis Britton as well. Don't usually transfer list players, but he's just rotting at this club. And I think for the improvement of his career, he probably doesn't want to be here. An unhappy player as well, as I'm going to try and give squad numbers to the players who don't have them, of course. As can we even do that? Change kit number. It says he's 14. Definitely doesn't have one. And I don't think we're going to make any signings before we go into this Huddersfield game, but maybe on deadline day, because you know we don't have many central midfielders now. Adams has changed and Rogers has, apart from the youth ones, of course, who may have to take the chance, as Maglior does have a loan to buy in here, which I'm going to listen to. If loan to buys are something to go by, could be a good deal, as they are going to take most of the wage as well. And the future transfer sum of not too much. I'd like to up that a little bit. I'll go with 1 million. That should be acceptable. and a good bit of money for Tyler Magliore, which is accepted by Cruz as Zul's representative. Tyler Magliore hopefully goes out on loan. Promising stuff right there, as we're on to Huddersfield next, of course. Said it about 100 times right now, don't know where they are in the league, just got promoted back and 18th. I do want to play some games today though, as we've got an offer from Mallorca for Ollie Rogers. One of the youth players I don't want to send out on loan, so I am going to be rejecting that one, as Aiden Smith does go to the AFC after his brief appearance last time for us, as this is the team we're going to be using as well for the next league game that we have. Just look at them ratings. Only Valakari to go over 70, as we do have two 70 rated midfielders on the bench as well, but they're being kept out by the good performance of Oni in the last game, as Marinovic still in goal, Baldock for Mayo, Staunton, Knight and Clark, Valakari, Evans and James McAtee still in the team with Butterworth and John. If you would have told me Valakari and McAtee over Harrop and Baker, I wouldn't have believed you, but they've been on form so far, as Abdullahi on the bench just because he's unfit. He had a very good game last time out though. Bolton still there, and Rogers over Adams and Raggett and Magliore. Ollie Rogers is a youth player I want to push through, so let's see how we do in this game away at the Kirklees. And the Huddersfield team is Lee Nichols in goal, Pieper at right wing back or right back, I don't know, with Romandi, Edmonds, Green. It is 5 at the back, Sarr, Colwell and Ben Jackson, who we had at Grimsby for a while, O'Brien, Jonathan Hogg still there as captain, and Dwayne Holmes. As I didn't see the strikers, I'm very slow with the teams now when I'm pronouncing them, as up front for them it is Kian Harrett and Kieran Phillips, two youth strikers. A little unusual of them to go with them two, as pretty sure Kian Harrett was on loan at Port Vale in real life, who we've just played in the last game, so he's taking his chance at Huddersfield, it seems, as Akinfome was starting with the ball here after their early yellow card. Almost squeezed it through that gap, as another youth player at the back, I think, in Edmonds Green. Good team, we'll just have to see how we can do against us. Phillips out to Pippa right there. Phillips goes backwards into Holmes. Just trying to get the back of their ankles right here and not foul them, but just try and slow them down. As Clark, I think that was a pass back, but we've got away with it, as Marinovic rolls that out to Akin for Mayo through that gap. Evans, James McAtee, want to see a performance out of him, as Baldock charging forward. Can he just pass it in that gap? He can, into John, who still doesn't have a number, into Butterworth. Great first touch. Hits it at the side of the defender. Almost an early chance for us right there, as now Baldock. What can Baldock do right here? He's going to try and switch it to the right wing back, but that wasn't a good pass. Oh, not the right wing back. He is the right wing back, as now Harrett caught offside. Got a little bit lucky there against the Terriers. As for Mayo, he's good at passing it out from the back. Should do it with him more than Baldock, as Baldock's better at crossing. Can he get down this line though? He cannot. Bit of a poor move from him, as Kian Harrett now running through the centre of us. Gives it out wide to Ben Jackson. They're matching our formation. It's difficult when they do that, as Phillips got the header in. Good job we caught that one, as my voice was going after that. And Staunton now into Lee Evans, trying to go forward straight away. Down to John. Gives it round the corner into Butterworth. Now forward to George Baldock. Rolls inside. Again, another shocking move from him, as Kian Harrett on the attack. Good job, he messed that up. Not entirely happy with the performance so far, as here he is again. There we go, gets his pass off, as Akin for Mayo trying to do his job at right wing back. Can he do it? It's a great delivery into John, who was just on the stretch. Logan John narrowly putting the ball wide. That is the best chance of this half so far, I would say, as Valakari now onto Butterworth. Butterworth going over the top. That's a decent ball into Baldock, who does manage to slightly keep it, but then does lose out on it again, as the pass through the middle, not a good one. Evans into Butterworth, round the corner again. Baldock, what can he do right here? It's into John with space, trips up, gets the ball back, and Logan John, I'm going to call him Declan John, don't know why I keep going to call him that, scores in front of the Hartlepool faithful, though they're behind the net. Go to them, John. As no, he just decides to knee slide instead, not showing the close-up celebrations, as what a ball it was. He slipped up a little bit. I thought the move was gone, but no. Hooks his foot around it. 1-0 to the Pool on the charge. All smiles from us so far still, as here he is. McAtee through the centre, having a decent game this time out. And Baldock on it again. Can it be a double bubble, Derek? As it's in towards Oni Valakari, just away, and Jonathan Hogg on the rebound, of course. Out to their striker, who's got 4 minutes to get them down the other side of the field, but goes backwards into O'Brien now, though, who's round us. Harrett Out wide into Jackson. Jackson's got the better of Baldock a little bit here, trying to get back and get right side, which he has managed to do. And don't let Huddersfield get back in this game. They haven't had the chances to do so far. As O'Brien straight into Famewo. Famewo straight into O'Brien. Holmes. Harrott. It's Holmes again. Out wide. Pippa's got round us. Marinovic with a good save. Valakari whack that. And we'll take half time. A little bit of a chance there for Huddersfield at the end of the half. But the scoreline is in our favour as we have Hartlepool 1, Huddersfield 0 on the scoreboard. As going into this second passage of play, still no changes from us as Evans now whips the ball out to Max Clark into Valakari right here. Evans going to try and put it around the corner as Clark now has it. Back to the edge of the box. Can it be two straight away? Valakari, McAtee not finding an angle but does receive the ball back. Goes for a long ranger. Lee Nichols was late to seeing that, but did catch it. That's what you got to do, though. You got to start brightly as Phillips gives it back into O'Brien, who whips one over the top into Pippa. As where's Pippa going to go? Right here. Spins around. Clark does not get out for a corner, so it'll be a corner ball here for the Terriers again. As Rolando Aaron's coming on. He took a stint out in Greece, didn't he? As that was a horrific move. 1, there was offside. 2, it was a handball. And 3, it went out for a goal kick, but we do get the offside given as we're going to try and go forward right here. McAtee, that's quick as they've changed striker, I saw right there as well. Kean Harrop coming off as that's a ball down the wing into Max Clark. Going to slow down a bit into Oni Valakari through the middle. McAtee on the angle. Goes for it again and misses. And they have gone ahead and took him off after that as Barnsley are next up for Huddersfield as they've gone the edge of the box. Rolando Aarons with a long shot. Staunton with a block. Goes to try and win his header afterwards, but still not. As Huddersfield getting a bit of a flurry together. Hogg into O'Brien. They have these moments as O'Brien leaping over Marinovic, that ball, or lurking over him as it hit the crossbar and came back out. Very lucky to get away with this as Josh Harrop's now on the field for McAtee. Can we try and create something straight away? Butterworth going out to Max Clark at left wing back, who's going to try and cut back inside and does so. Butterworth across to Harrop. Have we got anyone on this right hand side? We do if we can chip that over. Header back in, but Baldock's not having the game of his career, you could say. Really not been too thrilled with him as now Thomas drilling one out to Ben Jackson. We've got to watch ourselves as we've made more subs. Well, Omar Bogle should be coming on. And Evans coming off for Baker just to try and short it up. Oh no, Ollie Rogers, sorry. Going to try him in midfield, see how we can do right there. As Baldock had a man through the middle, just waited a little bit too long. John gets the ball onto Butterworth, who doesn't look like himself at the start of this season. Evans losing out on it, but two of their players running into each other. Let's make them pay. Harrop into Butterworth. Slow pass around the corner into Valakari. Now on to Max Clark, whips it in first time. Looking for John, but a defender right in front of them as we've only got roughly 10 minutes to see this out in as Baldock straight on the ball again there. Staunton, Evans, Valakari with a chance to shoot. Gives it into Butterworth. Evans again. Logan John. Valakari looking for a gap. And narrowly missing. Unlucky from him as now Thomas. Oh, can't get away from Staunton right there as the centre-back coming forward on a bit of a Sean Pearson run. Grimsby fans will know what I'm on about as Bogle gives it round the corner into Valakari. Valakari has to go backwards. Got 1 minute added on. Be a narrow but big, important 3 points here as Harrop goes for a shot. And there will be a corner at the end of this game. What can we do with it? Let's try run near post. Let's try and add to the advantage, shall we? Valakari whipping it towards Butterworth. Can Oni put that straight in again? He can, but not very well. To the edge of the box into Harrop. Goes for a first-time shot. Lands to Butterworth. Tries the same, but we'll take the game over as there we have it. The final whistle is blown and a 1-0 win away in my stomping ground of West Yorkshire. A big 3 points and we will continue going. We're in this league title race. Perfect stuff going into deadline day as let's have a look around the grounds. I mean, they only spent 1.5 million this year. Visser and Raya leaving Brentford though. That's 12 million spent by Burnley, 66 million made though, Pope leaving, 15 by Coventry, 21 by Palace, there's been some money around the clubs, 19 by Fulham, then 0 from us. We've made profit, of course not on wages, but we've added 4 strong players to the squad, trying to make it 5 right now, as I will show you the player I'm after, as we continue to count the days down. And here he is, Ben Thompson of Millwall. is the player I want to sign. He's quite a small midfielder, but he's just one of those that gets stuck in. Of course, you've got to do when you've played for Millwall. Dives into tackle, 71 rated though. So he might want a strong role in the squad, which I'm kind of willing to give him. Just the player we need, so I'm going to approach to buy him, of course. See if we can get him straight away, as his current evaluation is at 2 million. But we are above Millwall. He will want to come to a club pushing at the top of the table, I would think and suspect, as 1.2 million is not enough. They want Harrop in the deal. That's just not happening at all. We want to add to our midfield, not lose it. So 1.3 million, 1.9 as his evaluation. It's literally just gone down to 1.7 as we've been sat here. 1.6 we'll offer. 1.9 they've come back with again. So we'll go 1.7. Meet kind of in the middle. 1.9 is what they're sticking to. 1.8. I'm a wheeler dealer. I want my bargains. As we have a deal. 100k shorter. But seeing as it's deadline day, I'm going to leave his contract till he asks me to come back to it. Because I'm going to see what happens with our players, of course, first. If we lose a player in a more important position, we'll have to go and buy one of those back as... Right, he wants to speak straight away. As McAtee has an offer in. Porti... Oh, how the heck do you say that? Portimonense? Portimonense? I don't know how you say it. And they've come in with a decent offer. I'm going to delegate it to 3 million. Because he didn't have a good season out last time with us. So if they can pay 3 million or more, they've got a deal. And Brandon Fowler, a 2-year loan to Toronto, is a little bit too long. I'm going to try and make it a 1 year and see how they do. Of course, with 1 year deals, we give them a chance to look at them. As Ben Thompson, I want him to join the club straight away. Go into our boardroom, of course. He wants an important role. Can we get rotation out of him? No, definitely wants important. Okay, we'll give him it. I do think he'll be in the team at one point for quite a while. As a 2-year contract, I'm going to try and go with more 2-year contracts. Perfect length. Disregard a release clause. And now the wage. We're going to step it up, of course, given what most of the players are on right here. 10k. And he does accept that. We've made an actual money signing from Millwall. It's Ben Thompson. I do think he was like a academy player at Millwall, but I'm not too sure. Might be making that up myself. I don't know. But he is going to be in the reserves, really, to start the first game off with. He's probably going to have to come into them cup ties and try and build his way into the squad. As there's no position change for him as well, he will stay a central midfielder. And we've got a loan offer as well here from Yokohama FM, the team that did have Kamara on loan last time as well. And this time it is a loan to buy. So I think this time I am going to accept it. I'll just delegate and then click A again, which does accept the loan. Maybe that's the end of Kamara. We do have a lot of youth in his position anyway, coming through the academy, as we have just the 2 hours left. And McAtee's sale agreement. They're willing to pay over 3 million for him. That's a good chunk of money. For a player I had, well, I thought had loads of potential. Didn't really turn out to be my favourite player. We've just brought a midfielder in as well. Does have potential, James McAtee, but I'm going to let him see that potential out in Portugal, as we will accept that. And of course, Kamara, we will accept the 1 year loan to buy on as well. As Fowler's gone out, everything just getting ticked right at the end as the window is going to slam shut. Do them deals both go through? Did they both go through? Kamara, no, they didn't. James McAtee staying after I said all that, and Kamara has broken down his talks. As we've got an offer after the bell, though, from Teleres for Sean Raggett. Now that's acceptable. It's over his evaluation by a little bit. 30-year-old. We've just trained 2 new players in centre-back. Maglio's gone out on loan. Maybe Raggett could go out permanently. I've accepted it. As I don't know if that's going to go through after the bell or not. As you can see, the league changed as well. Brentford are now top. Level on points with us as Burnley's dropped points. And Brentford must have a better goal difference than us, who's been winning games, so they must have been scoring a lot of goals, the Bees, as they look to try and get back up to the Premier League. Us for the first time, I'd say. And Burnley, of course, as we've got an offer. Well, not an offer. It's a sale. Sean Raggett has gone to Mexico. I think it's in Mexico, the team. Or Argentina. Good luck to him. As here is the team for the final game of the episode. It's going to be played, so maybe a long episode, this one. Middlesbrough, as Marinovic is going to start in net. Baldock for Maywo, Staunton, Knight and Clark in the defence, with Harrop, Baker and McAtee as the midfield. So yes, McAtee does stay in the squad even though I was going to sell him. With Butterworth and John up front. bench consists of 2 youth players now, Andrew and Rogers, as Ben Thompson is on the bench, all because Valakari and Evans have decided to go off and play some international football for Finland and Wales respectively. But how's it going to go against Borough? Don't care about their international duties, sorry lads. It's Hartlepool I'm focused on. And Middlesbrough's team, Dejan Stojanovic in goal and Ferrier Dijksteel, Jack Robinson, Johan Barbe at the back from QPR, Coulson, Bowler, Hackney, Pereiro, Crooks and Civi, with Duncan Watmore up front. It's the team that Chris Wilder is using in real life, I'd say, which of course Neil Warnock really built. Let's see how they do. Hoping and praying for a big performance from the boys right here as a tackle almost came in on Lewis Baker, which looked a harsh one. Back in the squad, of course, and really good ratings around him, 75, but hasn't been in the squad too much. Scored in his debut as well as Max Clark into John. If he's onside, it's a good move. Tries to poke the ball through that gap. Just unsuccessful with it though, as these are almost bottom of the league as well. I saw Middlesbrough really got hammered in their last game. That's why Brentford's top of the league. 4-0. They lost at home. Not the best of results for them, as Bowler puts a ball through into the centre. Baker away to Harrop, as Harrop now down the line. Logan John onto McAtee, who's dropped back. He's got a point to prove now, staying in England, which I think he probably would have wanted, as he gives it out wide into Baldock. Baldock through the centre. Baker lets it go across him. Brilliant move. Harrop. This is good. Max Clark. Low ball drifted in. Too far away from Butterworth. Good little bit of intent from him there, though, as Knight into Clark. Clark through the middle into Harrop now. Into Baker, as we're going to try and switch that over the top. That is a good ball. Clark's very good at delivering. John, that's a touch and a half, but he's gone down. I think the keeper fouled him a little bit there, you know. I think Middlesbrough's got away with one, as we're going to keep on trying to play it away from the back. Staunton over the top looking for Clark, who does receive the ball. Tries to turn. Unsuccessfully so, but does win the throw-in. I'm very angry about that, though. I think we should have got a spot kick, and of course John would have been taking it. As now into McAtee. McAtee, can we get that back through the middle? That's a good ball into Butterworth with a volley. Takes a rebound! Just wide. How lucky we're going to get against this team, as Crowd the keeper. Let's go something new. And let's try and whip it closer towards him. It's John near the front post. It's gone around him, though, towards Staunton. Baker to head that down into Harrop's path. Harrop through bodies. Stojanovic saves. Yes, the controller is always almost out. Don't have to tell me, as we're going to go short for once. Harrop into McAtee. Switches it around the corner. Butterworth, good move. Good save. Very happy with the game we're giving these right now, as Dijksteel. Oh, days. It's got rounders, and Dijksteel just puts it wide. Middlesbrough on a counter-attack with their right-back, almost making us pay for their missed chances, as Baker out wide to Harrop. Let's go the same way again. We're loving this left wing-back slot with Max Clark. He is increasing in rating a lot as well, as that's a bad tackle on him. We'll take a free kick. Thank you very much. Good night, as we're going to try and maybe shoot with this one. Harrop stood over it. I don't think it's the best place to take it, though. So we'll try and roll this off. Not the best of rolls, though, as John just gets to it. And now pass to Baker. Across. Here's McAtee. McAtee's got a touch and a half to try and get around his man. Dips it into that area. John jumps up first and clattered again by Stojanovic. And at half-time here, the whistle's blown. It is 0-0 with Middlesbrough. Little bit disappointed with the way we're playing as well. We're getting towards the box, making little chances, but only half chances at that. As I'm thinking about Ben Thompson, but he is more of a defensive midfielder. Maybe McAtee comes off and Baker gets pushed into his position. Slightly a little bit into this half, though, as we're going to continue as it is level pegging. And we'll rely on the team that is keeping this level at the moment to try and break the deadlock, as Butterworth. That's a good pass through to McAtee. Just hasn't got the pace to break through, as we'll go back now. Butterworth into James. That's a good flick onto Baldock. Whipping one in towards Logan John. Not getting there, as Brentford are level with Palace at least. We've got the pressure off us a little bit with their result, but still we need to take a lead to go top. As Baldock again round the corner. Why didn't John just tap that in? That looked an easy chance for our talisman, as now they're on the attack. It's Civi trying to get around Akinfenmewo, who's on his back, just on his toes, and concedes the corner. Telling us to make a sub now, and I don't want to take Baker off. I want to move Baker forward for McAtee, and Ben Thompson will make his debut as the defensive one, as Baker goes forward a little bit. Let's see how that works out. He's at the front post straight away. is Thompson, the number 21. Pereira whipping it in. Staunton with the header away straight to Josh Harrop, and this is a chance to counter. We've got Butterworth up alongside us now, but Harrop trying to go himself, trying to beat, I think that's Barbe. Can't really do it. Takes a dummy, whips it into the back post. Probably should have gone front post, as Baker almost even came away with it again. And Hackney here with the ball, as tackled by Max Clark, having a very good game this time out, as Brown gets the deflection. Crooks now into Hackney, I haven't seen his name right, as Harrop does receive it right here. Right, 20 minutes to go. This deadlock needs breaking. We can send Borough bottom and us top as it stands, as Baker forward into Ben Thompson. Butterworth, should I say, actually, as Butterworth out to Baldock. Crosses aren't working in this game, so we'll try and work his way back in. Baker with a little bit of a shove on him right there, but does keep the ball into Harrop, into Clark. Now that's a good chance to whip it in. Back post, Butterworth falls to Baldock. Probably shouldn't have shot with that. And 2 changes made right here by us as well. Baker does come off, as I'm putting Abdullahi on. Yes, we have 3 strikers. Middlesbrough haven't seemed too much of a threat for us, so might as well try and steal the win to send us top. Uche is Piaxu coming on for them, though. The physical man up front, and Max Clark's come off for Bolton. Just give him a rest, as he's had a very good game nevertheless. Knight with a tackle in there. Harrop going to try and run away with it here. Abdullahi. Want him to get into the positions he usually gets into, as it's Hackney through the middle here for Borough as well, and an easy tackle. 8 minutes on the clock. Bolton, Staunton, Harrop, now into Butterworth, who's dropped slightly back. He's the striker in kind of a centre-forward role-ish, as Baldock round the corner into Butterworth again, to the side of him. Ben Thompson, man on his back, he gets the pass off though. Harrop on the edge of the box. Harrop going for it, might as well, because we're not getting through this gap, as Thompson whipped that out wide. Brilliant ball. Baldock with the chest down. First time delivery, looking for Logan John. Just not reaching him. Thompson chasing up on that, though, and still not getting there. It just looks like one of those days as, hang on, Thompson was there, never mind, as that's a chip over the top. Abdullahi with a chest down shot as well, through bodies, and it's in the bottom corner. Abdullahi off the bench, the striker who I said has had a good impact at the club, with a big goal to send us top of the league over Brentford, who are struggling away at Palace. Big game. Doesn't matter what's happening in London, it's all happening here at New Victoria Park, as look at that, chest down through the legs of the defender Barbe into the bottom corner of Stojanovic's net. A big gutter for Middlesbrough, but a huge statement, can't even speak after that, statement of intent for us, the Pools. A 90th minute winner, it should be anyway. That makes up for Burnley last time, as Thompson's on it again. Just lost it though, as now Robinson. Come on, 2 minutes added on and we're already into 1 minute. Mark Bowler with the ball around the corner. Tackle in there, and the referee blows his whistle. A big double back-to-back 1-0 win streak. And I need to calm down. What a game. Borough will be gutted. I feel for them a little bit. Have a place in my heart, but at the moment all I can think about is us winning this kind of derby game. Suleiman Abdullahi, as there is confirmation of it, or not anymore. Flick it to the side. 18 points, 3 points over Coventry and Brentford and Stoke in Cardiff, and we play Brentford next, so it is hotting up at the top of this division. Any other hard games? Fulham, and our new draw in the Carabao Cup. New Victoria Park will host Manchester City of the Premier League. What a big episode it is next time out. Can't wait for that one. But of course we're going to have to, as it's been a long episode this one. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well if you are new around here. As yes, I appreciate all you guys watching. 4.3k subscribers is immense at the moment. And hopefully we can keep on growing. Thank you all for sticking around. Take care in a bit. And peace.